AI governance, risks and compliance, very important. And then we'll say that where AI is actually going, next, what I have seen. See, this is the investment. If you look at investment, we're talking about the opportunity size is 1 trillion by 2031. So this is where I have highlighted it. And the India in last 9 years, we're at number 7. $11 billion have been spent by India. So there are huge investments going on and it is going to go up. So 30 to 40% CAGR on these investments and market opportunities. But what are the harsh realities of digital transformation? Look at the chart. So Gartner did a CIO survey and what it said was less than 50% of the digital initiatives will be successful. And more scary was McKinsey. They said 70% of the digital transformations will fail. And when Gartner took this feedback from the CIOs, look at the CIO's mindset, the highlighted ones. They have ignored or not even taken into consideration that the value of business, what these technologies are bringing up. While everybody wants to manage the AI, but what is the value which it is going to do? So there are harsh realities is that 30 to 50% of the digital initiatives are going to be successful. So now there's a fear of failure. So if there's a fear of failure, are we getting pushed? When I say are we means the leaders are getting pushed to a digital ocean. Okay, and how do we approach this? 70 workflows IBM has reimagined and then only they could generate $3.5 billion in 2 years. So that means it's not about bringing the efficiency in the process. It is about reimagining the process. So we have to reimagine our new way of working. That's what AI age is. AI age is not about automation. AI age is about creating a new operating model. So that's what it is about. And there are several case studies. I think we heard about Riyadh Air, we heard about L'Oreal, we heard about many case studies who have actually embarked on this journey. But this is not straightforward. So you need these floaters. So when you want to really dissect this, what this float is the funding. First of all, if you want to go for an AI project or even digital project, you need to have funding from CFO, from the business. Without that, you can't be even engaging any of the partners. Then the leadership has to be onboarded. If there is no top-down sponsorship of the program, you are not going to get far. And third is about the whole organization, because whatever digital initiatives you pick up, it cannot work in silos. You have to have an organization impact. And then you are also talking about adoption. Adoption by whom? Users. If you are implementing a project, I said about the workflow changes, then you need to make sure that the users are with you, right? And which team drives this technology? So this is a float framework, which is, I have created this. As I said that this will be published soon. It is getting reviewed right now by the research firms. And so this is where we are. So we are saying that you identify a digital initiative, which is sponsored by leadership, which is having an organization change impact, which is adopted by users, funded by CFO, and powered by technology. This is what it is. So you will see a lot of ADAS systems, which are basically tracking, giving you help during driving. For example, lane changing, cruise control, or any of the safety related stuff is ADAS, which helps you out. And there are levels in ADAS. ADAS 2 is all a little bit more superior. And the insurance is getting into the vehicle. The way you drive the vehicle today, actually you are getting observed. The whole data is actually sent to the insurance company that this person is a safe driver. This person has never violated any of the traffic rules. So his hard premium should be low. So you don't have to tell or sell your safety record to the insurance companies. You are actually getting tracked. That's what the trend is. And I think our earlier speakers also spoke about that GRC. Please keep that in mind. AI, while it can do a lot of good to you, but these things, if you don't follow, it can do a lot more harm to you. So, whether it is the global standards for, ethics, the privacy, the NIST standards, Risk compliance, governance, I think the Chitti Babu also talked about bias mitigation. And also, see, what is important is that in AI, you need to make sure you can explain. When auditors are still having the job, do you think everything you have automated and auditor is not going to ask you a question? They are going to ask you a question. And there is where you have to explain. You have to show the logs. And we talk about human in the loop, right? That's what in AI we are saying. We are saying how much of this can be automated and how much of humans needs to intervene. So HITL is very important concept. So while you do it, so you need to keep that in mind. Okay. And why now in manufacturing, particularly in automotive, why it is important? Because the whole complexity has increased. As I said, we are talking about micro factories, gigafactories. We are talking about that machines can talk to each other. We are talking about machines, you can get the sensor data from the machines. And the cycles are very short. There is not long cycles. And if you look at my title of the presentation was that we are going from lighthouse factories to lights out factories. I don't know how many of you know, recently there was a news item about China. So China has completely AI, doctors, hospital. So when you walk into the hospital, there is no doctor. The doctors are actually AI people. And they are testing it with AI patients. So literally you have got a hospital where the patients are AI powered and the doctors are AI powered. And that's what the reality is. And they are talking about dark factories. Dark factories don't need any power. Only humans need power. When you have got AI, you have got sensors, switch off the lights, they will do their job. And those are the AI bots who are going to work 24/7 and they will not ask for increments. They will not ask for promotions. And they will work with much more accuracy. There is no fatigue involved in those processes. Okay. So there is where the generative AI will come into the picture. But if you have to really design a supply chain, which is end to end, right, from a suppliers to customers, then you can create an agent mesh. The agents can talk to each other. And these agents are going to be very smart because it is not a point solution. It is agents are going to talk to each other. I am going to talk about that. We are really getting to a very interesting era where the humans will not probably know what agents are exchanging between themselves. And not only within your organization, they are going to the internet and coming back. You have no clue what is going on. And there are, HTTP is being augmented or replaced by MCP because they need to know the context of that protocol. So that is all is happening here. So we are talking about lights out factories and they run 24/7. This is the future of manufacturing which is coming up. And the difference between the two is easy because today we have got lighthouse factories, which is obviously it is AI enabled today also. But what is difference is here, it is non-stop 24/7, more AI, more IoT based, and there is minimal or no humans in these factories. And it is coming up, particularly for the green field factories, where you don't have any legacy machinery where you need to worry about. But this is a reality which is coming up very fast. I will just go through, there are tons of use cases in manufacturing. You just touch it, there is a use case. You look at predictive maintenance, machine should be telling you whether it is going to go fine or not. Digital inspection is computer vision based. So you can use computer vision based AI, which will tell you that whether the part is okay. And today in the factories we have that. The moment a part is finally produced, the computer vision based digital inspection can tell you that whether this part is okay or not. Immediately it will tell you not okay, not okay, not okay. Your eyes can't even see it. But the way it is actually helping our people, it is really a great stuff. I talked about ADAS, I talked about, our product designers, the people who are designing our products actually use GenAI to a very big extent. Whole supply chain forecasting, inventory can be automated or even it can be used by GenAI can help. Dynamic pricing can be done because we negotiate with our suppliers, we negotiate with our customers, end-to-end value chain can be done. There are a lot of bots for the employees on the corporate side as well as on the manufacturing side can be done. And you can actually simulate the testing for the warranty, etc. And a lot of these top automotive companies are doing it, and flavor is different. Somebody is using for the QA, Somebody is using for the design, somebody is using for the predictive maintenance, and some are using for supply chain. So, and more are there. These are what is publicly available. And you can actually achieve a lot of productivity gains in terms of KPIs, up to 50% also in some cases. But broadly, the product which you are manufacturing, it is first time right or first time pass yield. So that you can actually improve through this AI a lot more, apart from the regular productivity improvements. So at risk, I think it has been covered in the previous, there are a lot of risks associated with AI. I talked about that investments will be high because a lot of companies have AI labs. So if you don't have an AI lab, AI center of excellence, please think about it. It cannot be a standalone project driven by one unit, and that unit is always questioned what happened to AI, what happened to digital. Please stand up and explain to your management how the new AI operating model is going to work, how these digital technology are going to work, how they talk to each other. There's a lot of education to be done. And we should encourage our leadership to come to forums like this, where they can see how actually where rubber meets the road. If they don't understand it, the risks also you will not be able to understand. Otherwise, the only conversation you will have with your management is that, oh, I have given you 1 million, what happened to that? First you explain that ROI, then you ask for the next project. And you will never win that race. All the people will be looking at you and asking the same question. And more difficult for CISOs. CISOs बोल रहा कुछ हुआ ही नहीं, why are you asking me more money? Last year also you took this much. And if something happens, they will be after that CISO. So this is the reality of life. But we have to educate them. We have to tell them. We have to take them to the forum. This is what the new world is about. Otherwise, we will never be able to do it alone. And there is a lot of legacy systems. And ROI, the moment they put X amount, they will say, that, oh, what is the ROI? After 3 months, oh, there is no ROI. The even project is not yet implemented. Data is not yet generated, but you will be questioned on ROI. But the good practice is that you should always create an ROI case for every project. What are the benefits? Always. You may not be able to do it yourself. Please ask your partners. Please ask your business case. Why are you doing it? Which KPI is going to improve? If you don't have a proper business case, shut it off. You can always say it's not the right case. So this is what I think we talked about. See, this is an interesting chart. Just look at it. It may be an eye-opener for many of you. When the agents talk, we talk about that. Are they going to get free access to the content which is on the internet? Actually not. Agents have to pay. How they will pay? Will they pay for every request or they will pay for every crawl? They have to pay for every crawl. So the payment gateways will understand that agent is asking these details and maybe thousands and millions of agents are asking, and it becomes a very different payment economy or internet economy which is evolving. And look at it. Now bots will have budget. Can you imagine that there will be a bot who will have a budget, maybe an order processing bot, maybe a bot which is helping in the customer service, they'll get only less budget because it's a cost. And a bot which is generating the revenue for the company is going to get a big budget. So you're talking about now bots who are going to do business along with you. And how are you going to complement it? How are you going to leverage them? How are you going to have the differentiator for your business? And these are the keywords which are highlighted in this red box. We say bot has budget and content is currency. If the bot does not know where to get the content, if the bot doesn't understand how to use the MCP, they are not going to be successful. So this is a new way of doing the business. This is a new way where each and every business is going to get impacted, particularly where you need to go to B2C. And a lot of businesses have B2B, B2C. But this is the reality which is going to hit us soon. And this is my last slide, that use float. So it is going to be publicly available soon. So use float framework as much as you can. Educate your people. There will be risks, but you need to show the incremental values. You need to be worrying about the ethics. You need to worry about the privacy. And you should always focus on automation, use cases which will qualify for Gen AI, use cases which will qualify for agentic AI. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.